Brian Nickel and Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School as the Weld Central boys and Fort Morgan boys are warming up here. About 2.5 minutes to go before introductions. The standings in the Colorado 7 League goes like this. The Fort Morgan Mustangs are on top with an 11-0 count, 14-6 overall. Vista Peak is at 10-1. They sit at 15-5 overall. Skyview is at 7-5, 14-7 overall. Fort Lupton is 7-5, also in the Colorado 7 League. They are 10-11 overall. Weld Central is at 7-5 in Colorado 7 League play, and they are at 9-12 overall. Elizabeth 3-9 in the Colorado 7 League, 4-17 overall. Alameda is 1-10, 5-15 overall, and Englewood is at 0-11 and 3-17 overall. The Fort Morgan Mustangs average 58.5 points a game, giving up 49 3/4. The Weld Central Rebels are averaging 54.6 points a game and giving up 58.4 points a game. The rest of the league tonight is Skyview is at Vista Peak, Elizabeth is at Englewood, and Alameda is at Fort Lupton. As we said, the first game of this series this year went to the Fort Morgan Mustangs as they won by 12, 75-63. So the Mustangs need to come out again here with another strong victory. That's right. So they can't falter, they can't look ahead, as they always say. It's one game at a time. You can't look forward. That's when you get bit and end up losing a game. You got to concentrate on the task at hand and come away with a victory if they want to, make that game on Friday night the league champion game. And that's what we're looking forward to anyway. Friday night will be should be a good game. There'll be a lot of people here from Fort Morgan that's going to travel over there, and I know Vista Peak's going to have a big crowd over there, so it ought to be a great atmosphere.
Honey Ryan always does a great job of coaching too, so I think we're in for a good show tonight.
So we look forward to a good game tonight, and then a good game on Thursday night as they host Englewood. As we said, Englewood is 0-11 in Colorado League play. And so first things first here, though, is the Fort Morgan Mustangs will take on the Weld Central Rebels as we get their starting lineups for the Rebels. The Fort Morgan will have their normal starting lineup here tonight, and we will give you that. The Fort Morgan starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. And that starting lineup tonight for your Fort Morgan Mustangs will be 6'5" sophomore Trey McBride, 6' junior Austin Breidenbach, There you go. 5'11" senior Nate Gertner, 6'1" junior Tate Kimball, and 5'10" senior Drew Durkin. Trey McBride, a big part of why the Mustangs are where they're at. Everybody is contributing in a big way here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. This year, Trey McBride is averaging 16.2 points a game. Tate Kimball is averaging 14.1 points a game. And Austin Breidenbach is averaging 9.6, just a little under double digits here in the season this year. Leading the way for the Weld Central Rebels is Mettler at 13.2 points a game, Utka at 12.2, and Rivera at 9.5 points a game. So we should have a good contest here tonight. The coach for the Weld Central Rebels is Todd Mettler. Coach for the Fort Morgan Mustangs is Chad Unrein, assisted by Harrison Chisholm and C.W. Scott. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you, call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. So the Mustangs come away with the tip. Gertner out high now over to Gherkin, now to McBride. His has a wild pass, but to Gherkin, he drives it into the lane. Gets it to Breidenbach. His layup is up and no good. Rebound and on that left side is up and good by Nate Gertner. So Fort Morgan with the full court pressure here as they get the ball into the hands of Gutka. Now it's going to be taken away by Gertner. Some nice pressure here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Tate Kimball in the lane, little turnaround. That shot is going to be up and rolled in for Tate Kimball. 4-0 here early on. The Mustangs, they get the ball into Mettler. Mettler's going to be double teamed. Now into the lane is going to be Rivera, and that shot is going to bounce up and finally bounce out. Being rebounded by McBride. Excuse me, Breidenbach with the shot from the right side is up and good for 2 points for Austin Breidenbach. 6-0 here. Fort Morgan, full court pressure once again by the Mustangs. Now over on the near side here to Lindstrom. Now out high to Rivera. Man-to-man defense here by the Mustangs. Out high is Reese. Now on the near side is Rivera. Now up top, and that's going to be Mettler, and his jumper is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Kimball. 6:09 to go here now in this first period. Kimball drives it into the lane. Pass underneath to McBride, and that is up and good from the left side. 8-0 Fort Morgan. As the Weld Central Rebels will call a 30-second timeout. So nice way to start this game here. This is the way they started out last week against Elizabeth, as they just had an 18-2 advantage by the end of the first quarter. So they are now up 8-0. So the Weld Central Rebels look to try to gather themselves, but I believe that full court pressure is
it's hurting them already. You can see it. Yeah. How tall is oh God, Trey McBride? I mean, he's just like standing there and laying those up.
McBride is 6'5".
Yeah, he's one tall boy.
Caleb Street is anybody that's even close on Weld Central. He's 6'4" and not a starter. So Weld Central gets the ball into the backcourt with Gutka being guarded by Gherkin. Gutka drives out on that right side now, backs it out, gives it off to Reese. Now on this near side to Lindstrom, being guarded by McBride. Gutka out at the top, now to Mettler. Now into the corner, and that shot is going to be off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach. Hustles it up into the front court. The Mustangs up 8-0. Gherkin with a fake on that left side. Now picks up his dribble. Gets it out to Breidenbach, but McBride with the ball out high. Now gives it off to Breidenbach. Nice bounce pass to Kimball. 5:05 to go here. Mustangs up 8-0. Stops and pops for a three, up and no good, but McBride is going to be over the back on the foul, on the rebound, and gets the foul. First on Fort Morgan, first on McBride. Full court pressure once again by the Mustangs as Gutka off of Kimball's foot and out of bounds. Grayson Garver ready to come in here at the dead ball, and he will come in for Gherkin. A nice job there by Gherkin, the senior. 5'10" senior Drew Gherkin. Grayson Garver, 6-foot sophomore, in now for the Mustangs as he is guarding Rivera. Now out high to Lindstrom. Going to be passed over on the far side and out of bounds. Nice pressure defense by the Mustangs as they were up 8-0 with 4:41 to go first period. Kimball gets it in to Garver. Garver being guarded by Gutka out on the high right wing. Now back to Kimball out at the point. Kimball being guarded by Rivera. A little jumper in the lane is up and no good. Rebounded by Gutka. Into the front court now to get up their offense set up. Rivera now out almost near center line. Gets it off to Gutka on the near side. Metler out high now to Rivera on the right wing. Tries to drive it down now to Metler. Now Lindstrom being guarded by McBride. Gets it back out to Metler. Now to Gutka as the Rebels look for a shot here. Nice defense and taken away by Garver on the steal. Layup is going to be up and good for Grayson Garver on the steal and the bucket. 10-0 Fort Morgan with 3:41 to go. Nice clean steal by Grayson Garver on Rivera. Rivera hands it off now to Lindstrom out on the high left wing. Reese, little layup is going to be up and good from the right side for Lindstrom. First 2 points of the night for the Rebels. Mustangs up 10-2. 3:16 to go. Garver now to Gertner. Gertner drives it to the right elbow, picks up his dribble. Kimball from the lane, can't get it to drop. Going to be rebounded by Rivera. Lindstrom now out to Metler. Metler for the three from straight on, up and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach. Hustles it up court. Now to Kimball, a three from the right, and that is off the rim and no good. Going to be taken away and finally taken by Garver. He gets it out to McBride. So Fort Morgan to get their offense set up here. Garver now being guarded by Lindstrom. Breidenbach picks up his dribble. Now Gertner at the free throw line. Gets it off to McBride out at the 3-point line. Spin move, and that shot is going to be off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded, and a jump ball is going to be called. So that will leave possession now to the Weld Central Rebels. So now Gherkin back into the game, as well as Link, Connor Shaver, and Derek Bain. So Tate Kimball, the only starter on the floor right now for the Mustangs. So give those starters a little bit of a break here. I'm sure Kimball will come out here shortly. So Gonzalez into the game for the Rebels. They get it over here on this close side to Sims. 10-2 with a minute 50 to go here in this first period. Mustangs up 10-2. Gonzalez on that far side. Now they're going to call an illegal screen on Street. His first, team first. Kimball now being guarded by Gonzalez. Man-to-man defense for the Rebels. Gherkin now into the corner. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Metler. Gets it into the hands of Gonzalez as he gets it into the front court to get the offense set up. A three now from this right side, and that is up and no good by Gutka. Gets the ball back into the hands of Kimball. Now to Gherkin out on the high left wing. Picks it up now to Derek Bain. Now back to Kimball on that left side. He stops and pops in and out. Can't get it to fall. And now a jump ball is going to be called on the shot by Connor Shaver. So that possession will stay with the Mustangs as they will now inbounds right baseline of their basket. Tate Kimball to inbounds for the Mustangs. And it's going to be off of Alex Reese and out of bounds. Goes out of bounds on the far side. So Tate Kimball once again to trigger it in for the Mustangs. Get it in to Gherkin. Under a minute to go here in this first period. The Mustangs up 10-2. Now an illegal screen is going to be called. This one is going to go on Derek Bain. Team second. Bain's first. So Gonzalez to bring the ball up court for the Weld Central Rebels. Down to 48 seconds to go, being guarded by Link. Now into the corner to Sims. Now over to Gutko over on the far side. The student body trying to get a little excitement, little noise going here in this gymnasium. Not a lot of noise going on here. Layup is up and no good. Rebounded, and a foul is going to be called on the rebound after Tate Kimball comes down with it. And I believe that will be Street's second, team second. 27.2 seconds as the Mustangs still lead 10-2. Started off hot and have kind of cooled off. Tate Kimball, only with the one bucket, had a number of good looks, but just can't quite get it to fall tonight. Gets the ball off to Bain out at the high left wing, down to 10 seconds. Now to Gherkin, now back to Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball, little fadeaway from the right side, up and good with 5 seconds to go. Here in this first period, down to 1 second. And if that goes, it'll off the backboard and no good. So at the end of one, the Mustangs up 12-2 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School. Michaela Clipper back at the studios for us tonight here in Fort Morgan. Weld Central Rebels with first possession here as they get it into the hands of Gonzalez. Now over to Gutka on the left high wing, now into the corner. Ball is going to be tipped away, a turnover by the Rebels as Tate Kimball brings it up into the front court. Now Breidenbach, shot at the bucket is up and good. So nice way for the Mustangs to start out here. 14-2 Mustangs. Breidenbach with 4 points on the night, as well as Kimball. Spreading the scoring out tonight nicely are the Mustangs. Lindstrom, the only bucket so far for the Weld Central Rebels. Now a foul is going to be called on Fort Morgan, and that will be McBride's second. So he will come out. Connor Shaver back into the game for the Mustangs. Gonzalez goes out, Rivera back in for the Rebels. Gutka now to Rivera out at the jump circle. Now over on the left side to Lindstrom, back out to Rivera. Rivera is being guarded by Gherkin, now back to Lindstrom. He drives it down the left side, now he's going to kick it back out to Reese. Almost taken away by Gherkin, but Rivera controls it. Nice job by Nate Gertner to cut off the drive by Gutka on that right side. Back out to Rivera out at the point. Drives it down. Now Lindstrom for a three from the right side is up and no good. They're going to call an over the back foul, and that will go against Reese Metler. Nice defensive positioning on the rebound was Austin Breidenbach. Mustangs up 14-2. Tate Kimball into the lane, going to stop, and his pass is going to be taken away. Gutka with it now to Alex Reese, now up court to Lindstrom. Metler now back to Gutka out at that point. Rivera on the right side picks up his dribble, now to Gutka as he dribbles it around. Looks like he slipped more than anything, but they're going to call a foul, and that will be on Nate Gertner, his first. So they will inbounds right baseline of their basket. Will the Rebels, they get it in to Gutka. Three from the right side is up and no good. Rebounded by Connor Shaver. Gets it into the hands of Kimball. 6 minutes to go here in this second period. The Mustangs up 14-2. Breidenbach backs it out, now back to Kimball out on the high right wing. 5:53, Mustangs up 14-2. Gherkin on this near side, drives it into the lane. Now out to Breidenbach out in the corner. Turns and dribbles, and his shot is going to be up and no good, but he is fouled on the shot. And that foul will go against Lindstrom, his first. So Breidenbach to go to the line to shoot 2. Breidenbach's first free throw is up and good. 5 points on the night for Austin. He's shooting 45% from the free throw line, but he makes them both there. 6 points on the night for Austin Breidenbach. 16-2 with 5:36 to go here in this first half. Mustangs with the 14-point lead. Gutka now. Another foul called on Gertner. That will be his second, team 4th. So Garver to come back into the game. Going to give Kimball a little bit of a break. McBride's going to come back in. Breidenbach comes out as the Mustangs look, figure out who has who here on defense. Gutka out high. Almost taken away. Shot is up and good. I believe that was Mettler with the shot. Garver now to Gertner out on the high right wing. Dribbles into the lane, now kicks it off to McBride. Up and under is good for Trey McBride. 4 points on the night for McBride. Reese now is going to have his shot blocked and out of bounds and off of Reese. So Link to come in for Gertner. So Gertner to get a little blow here with 4:48 to go in this first half. The Mustangs up 18-4. Garver with the left-handed dribble brings it up into the front court. Being guarded by Gutka. Garver into the lane, now loses possession of the ball. So nice job by McBride to tip that ball away. And then a foul in the back court against Rivera. Be his first, team 5th. A nice hustle by McBride to knock the ball away. As we need somebody else back here to help get the ball in court. McBride comes back in to help. 4:28 to go here in this first half. The Mustangs up 18-4. Garver and Shaver, Link, Gherkin, and McBride on the floor. And they're going to call Shaver for the travel. So a turnover by the Mustangs here at the 4:16 mark. So not a lot of drama here so far in this contest.
Really a pretty clean first half here going so far.
5 team fouls. Yeah, it's been a quick moving half. Not too many stops. As Lindstrom now kicks it off to Reese from the left corner. That shot is up and no good. Rebounded, but it's going to be Gutka over the back. Nice job by Trevor Link to get position. So Gutka with his first, team 6th. Kimball back into the game for Gherkin. As Gonzalez looks to come in, does for Reese. So for Morgan to inbounds to Garver. 4 minutes to go here, up 18-4. Kimball now out high at the point. Dribbles it to the left elbow, now to Link. Link picks up his dribble, now gets it off to Garver out at the point. 3:41 to go. Nice spin move, left-handed layup, up and good by Grayson Garver. 20-4. Nice spin by Garver. Rivera kicks it off to Mettler. Mettler on the spin move, picks up his dribble. Shot is going to be blocked. There's going to be a foul underneath on that, and I believe that will be on Link. That will be his first. Team 6th. But that will send Gutka to the line to shoot 2. Gutka from the free throw line this year. That first one is up and no good, is shooting at 71%. But does miss on the first attempt. Second free throw is up and good. Gutka's first point of the night. 20-5 here. Mustangs, as they look to get their offense set up here. McBride on the left baseline. They're going to call a blocking foul on the Rebels as McBride drove to the lane. And that foul is going to go on Gutka, his second. So McBride to go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. McBride this year from the free throw line is 60%. That first one is nothing but net, doesn't even get the rim.
It was kind of hard to tell if it even went in there.
A little tight tonight from the free throw line is McBride. Haven't seen him do that before. So Gonzalez brings the ball up court, being guarded by Garver. Man-to-man defense once again for the Rebels. Layup is up and no good. Rebounded by Mettler, and his little jumper from the left side is up and good. 20-7. Mustangs with 2:48 to go here in this first half. Little jumper, and that is up. Let's see if they call it. See if it is good, and they do give it to him. So Tate Kimball with the bucket and the foul, and that is going to go against Gonzalez, his first. So Connor Shaver and Trey McBride come out. Derek Bain and Breidenbach back into the game. Free throw is up and no good by Kimball. 22-7. Mustangs with 2:40 to go as Gonzalez backs it out now to Rivera on the left high wing as he dribbles it out to the point. Now dribbles it into the lane, and now there's going to be a reach foul called on the Mustangs, and that will be on Breidenbach, his first, team seventh. So that will send Rivera to the line to shoot a 1-and-1, his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Rivera on the year is shooting at 73%. That one is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Breidenbach as he gets it off to Garver. 2:26 on the clock. Garver now to Link over in the right corner. Link drives it into the lane, backs out, now gives it to Breidenbach. His little jumper from the right side is up and no good. Rebounded by Mettler, finally comes away with it, almost taken away by Garver. Mettler with the spin move. Now Rivera from the corner, and that shot is going to be up and good for a 3. So 12-point lead here now for the Mustangs with 1:55 to go here in this first half. 22-10. Kimball now drives it into the lane. He stopped, but it's going to be taken away from him by Rivera. Mettler to bring it up for the Rebels. Now over to Gutka in the right corner. Gonzalez to Mettler out at the point. Now back over to Rivera on the left wing, being guarded by Breidenbach. Nice switch there by the Mustangs. Mettler now to Gonzalez. 1:21 to go. A 3 is going to be taken. That is up and no good. Rebounded by Garver. Hustles it up into the front court. Little layup is going to be, they're going to call him for the travel. Looked like he just took the one step. I don't know where he came up with that travel at, as Coach Unrein discussing it with the ref. So Tate Kimball with a bloody nose, so play will be stopped here for a minute as Gherkin comes in for Kimball with 1:07 to go. Mustangs up 12, 22-10. So Gonzalez looked to set up the offense. Now to Gutka on the high right wing. Gets it off to Lindstrom on the right side. Drives it all the way down. Tipped out of bounds by Breidenbach. Nice job by Austin to get his hand in the way of that pass. So the Rebels to inbounds in front of the Mustang bench. They get it into Gonzalez. Gonzalez being guarded by Garver. Step back, then he gets it off to Revere on the high right wing to Metler now out at the point. Drives it all the way down into the lane. Now Gonzalez for the three, up and no good. Rebounded by Gherkin. 41 seconds to go as Gherkin hustles it down. Gives it off to Garver with 36 seconds to go. Link now stops and pops for the three, and that is off the rim and no good. Rebounded, knocked away, and taken by Metler with 22 seconds to go here in this first half of play. Metler drives it into the lane, spin move. Now he's going to get it off to Rivera in the corner, and that three is up and over the rim. No good. Rebounded by Garver. They're going to call Garver, though, for the carry, and that was a good call on the spin. So 12.9 seconds to go here in the first half. The Mustangs up 12, 22 to 10. Rebels get the ball into the backcourt with 10 seconds to go here. Rivera being guarded by Gherkin. Double team now to Metler. She looks up at the clock, 2 seconds. Gonzalez now, and they're not going to get the ball off. Gonzalez had no idea what was left on the clock. So at the end of the first half, the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 22 to 10 on B106 and B106.com. Teams now back out here on the floor to warm up during halftime. Get ready for the second half of play here. The standings in the Colorado 7 League. Fort Morgan at 11-0, Vista Peak at 10-1, Skyview and Fort Lupton and Weld Central all at 7-5, Elizabeth at 3-9, Alameda at 1-10, and Englewood at 0-11. Other games tonight in the Colorado 7 League is Skyview at Vista Peak, Elizabeth is at Englewood, and Alameda is at tonight. Fort Lupton will be at Vista Peak. Weld Central will be at Elizabeth, Skyview will be at Alameda, and the Englewood boys will be here at Fort Morgan, and we will have that game for you on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Friday, the Fort Morgan boys and girls will both travel to Vista Peak, and that will be a 5:30 start for the girls game, and then a 7 o'clock start for the boys. And then also on Friday, Alameda is at Englewood. In the first meeting this year with Vista Peak, the Mustangs won that game 61-56. So Fort Morgan now with the upper hand right now, at least on the Vista Peak Bison. So it would be nice if we could get Fort Lupton to knock off Vista Peak tonight or on Thursday night. So that would be and Skyview may have a chance. Tonight, Skyview at 7-5, they put up a good showing against Fort Morgan this year, so maybe they can give Vista Peak a run and knock them off at Vista Peak tonight. Would be nice to see. Make it a 2-point or a 2-game lead for the Mustangs going into the Friday night contest, given that the Mustangs would have to win tonight as well as on Thursday night. But they are in control right now of this contest, 22-10. Once again, we will shout out to the Fort Morgan Wrestlers as they were at regionals last week. Coming in first at regionals was Alex May at 220. Toby McBride also in first at 285. He is undefeated this year at 25-0. Dylan McBride came in third at 182. Caleb Bell was third at 170, and Frank Rosales was second at the 160-pound weight. And they will all go to the Pepsi Center starting on Thursday and take part in the state wrestling tournament. Caleb McBride going for a three-peat as he is now a 2-time state champion and looking to make it a 3. Alex May lost out last year in the finals and ended up second. And I know that's motivated him well this year to get back and win it all in his senior year. So good luck to the wrestlers as they start on Thursday. You can listen to the wrestling on 1010 KSIR. Listen to John Beltran on his sports reports, and he will also give you another station that you can listen to the wrestling on. So as we get started here, the three is up and no good by Mettler. Rebounded on the far side by Lindstrom, but it's going to be a steal by Gertner as he drives it down the right side. Gives it off to McBride on the layup. Up and good for Trey McBride. Nice assist there by Gertner. As Mettler on the fake, his shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by McBride. Gets it up into the hands of Gertner. Now back to McBride as he drives it into the lane. Kicks it back out to Gertner. Gertner to Breidenbach. Now to Kimball on the far side. Kimball with some stuffing in the nose as he is still dealing with the bloody nose. That shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Reese. Mettler now out on the high right wing. Picks up his dribble. Now Reese, now a fake three as they drive it into the lane, and that shot is up and no good. Another rebound by McBride. And a foul on the rebound. And that will go against Rivera, his second, as the Mustangs face a full court pressure here. So you get the ball into Gertner. Gertner now gets it back to Gherkin. Gherkin has the ball. Not a good pass underneath as it's tipped away and taken away by the Weld Central Rebels on that turnover. As Reese now to Gutka. Gutka stops and pops for the three from the top. First bucket here of the second half. Gherkin now on the right side picks up his dribble. Pass to Kimball, now to Gertner underneath. Up and good for Nate Gertner. 4 points on the night for Gertner. 26-13 Fort Morgan. Gutka's going to stop and pop, but his shot was partially blocked by Gertner. Gertner on the layup from McBride is up and good. 6 points on the night now for Gherkin as the Mustangs now with the full court pressure, 28-13. As Coach Unrein shouts out a little bit of instructions here. Another big, strong rebound by McBride. Kimball now into the lane. Has it tipped away, and then his shot is going to be up, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. And that foul will go against Rivera, his third. So Tate Kimball to go to the line. 4-2. Coach Unrein doing a little coaching here during the timeout here for the free throws, and that is up and good by Kimball. He was 0 of 1 earlier in that second half, in that first half. Now 1 of 1. 29-13 Fort Morgan. Second one also up and good for Tate Kimball. 17-point lead here for the Mustangs. 5:37 to go here in this third period. Ball is out of bounds on a bad pass down at the far end. So Fort Morgan with the inbounds as they look to get the ball in. But it's going to be taken away by Reese, but it looked like it was going to be blocked. It looked like a clean block by Tate Kimball. We'll see if that's who the foul will be on. Will be on Kimball, his first. So that will send Reese to the line to shoot two. And now a 30-second timeout will be taken here by Coach Unrein. So we will just keep it right here. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Early Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Early Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Early Toyota East.
So as far for this second half for turnovers, the Mustangs have 1. The Rebels have 3 for rebounds. The Mustangs have 4 and the Rebels have 1. But strong rebounds by McBride tonight.
I have him with 4 right now. Didn't get a lot of playing time in that first half. Didn't need him in there. It's nice when they can bring in some of the non-starters and give these guys a blow, and that first free throw was up and good by Reese. just gets everybody ready for the state tournament when it comes up and starts. It will start a week from Friday.
They're looking good so far.
And that one also up and good for Reese, his first 2 points of the night. Now a foul on the inbounds. And that will be on Reese, his first. Fort Morgan looks to get the ball in. They do to Kimball with 5:27 to go. 15-point lead here for the Mustangs, 30-15. A lot of time left here underneath down to McBride into the paint. Little spin move. Bucket is up and good. And he is fouled by Street. So that'll send McBride to the line. 32-15 with 5:17 to go here in the third. McBride to the line to shoot one. 8 points on the night for McBride. Nice spin move. Free throw up and good for McBride. 7 points on the night for McBride. Gonzalez now with the ball up in the front court. Kicks it off now to Gutka, and that three is up and good. So a couple of threes by Gutka here in this third period. Kimball gets it now to Gherkin. Gherkin picks it up, gives it off to Gertner. Now to McBride for a three from the corner. Now it's off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Reese as he hustles it down. McBride all the way back and down. And nice block by McBride. It goes out of bounds. So possession to the Rebels. But nice hustle by McBride on that block.
Definitely.
So Gherkin comes out. Grayson Garver comes in for the Mustangs at the 4:44 mark of the third period. Street now to Gutka. Metler for a deep three, and that's off the rim, and it bounces up and goes in. 7 points on the night for Metler. Now a foul is going to be called on Metler on the foul, 33-21. So the Rebels not going away by any means. Garver into the front court being guarded by Gonzalez. Now to McBride out on the high right wing. Now his cross-court pass is not good, and it's taken away by Reese. Gonzalez now out high being guarded by Garver, off to Metler. Reese now out at the point, gets it off to Gutka being guarded by Gertner. Street dribbles it down, and now it looked like a nice block by McBride, but rolls around, and that will be McBride's third. So that will send Street to the line to shoot two. As Link and Connor Shaver get ready to come into the game for the Mustangs. 4 minutes to go here, third period. The Mustangs up 12, 33-21. Weld Central's cut into this lead here a little bit as the Mustang faithful try to disrupt Street, but he is perfect on that one. So McBride comes out and Breidenbach comes out. Shaver and Link into the game. Was a 17-point lead just a minute ago. Could be now 10. He makes this free throw, and that's off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Kimball. Kimball hustles it up into the front court, now off to Link out on the high right wing, now to Gertner. Gertner now is going to be fouled, and that will be on Derek Sims, his first. Team sixth. 2 team fouls on the Mustangs. Get the ball into Link over in that right corner, now out to Garver out high. 33-22, Garver drives it down in, and his little one-handed shot is up and good for Garver. 6 points on the night for Grayson. 35-22 Mustangs, 3:33 to go, third period. Gonzalez with a shot, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Kimball. He hustles it up into the front court, drives it down. Ball is going to be tipped away from him and taken by Street. Hands it back off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Metler out on the high left wing, back to Street in the left wing. Kicks it out to the top to Sims. Now Gutka being guarded by Gertner. Sims now out on the left wing being guarded by Link. Now Metler in that right baseline. Little turnaround is up and good for Metler. 11-point lead here for the Mustangs. Gertner now to Connor Shaver. Connor Shaver with the spin move. He's going to give it back to Tate Kimball. Now there's going to be a foul called on the Rebels. And that is going to go on Metler. Will be his third. So Tate Kimball back to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He was there just moments ago and did make 2 free throws. That first free throw is up and good. Kimball to line up for second free throw, and that is up and also good. 4-4 from the free throw line is Kimball. 10 points on the night for Tate. Back up to a 13-point lead again for the Mustangs, 37-24. As Gherkin and Bain look to come in at the next dead ball. Gonzalez now to Gutka out high. Gutka drives it down that right side, and his pass into the lane is taken away. Thought there was going to be a cutter, and wasn't. Garver now, left-handed layup is going to be up and good for Grayson Garver. 8 points on the night for Garver. 15-point lead now for the Mustangs. Metler stops and pops for the three, and that is in and out. Rebounded by Street on that far side. Gets it out to Gonzalez out at the point. 2 minutes to go, third period. Gonzalez, ball is almost taken away by Gertner, but Gutka comes up with it. Now they're going to call an illegal screen on the Weld Central Rebels, and that will be 4 on Metler. Metler has 9 points in the game. Leading scorer right now for the Weld Central Rebels, and he will take a seat. And that will bring Lindstrom back into the game for the Rebels. Minute 45 to go. Mustangs up 15, 39-24. Back to Grayson out at the point. Keeps the dribble wide right into the lane. Now the turnaround, and that is up and no good. But they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Connor Shaver, I believe. On the hook. And I believe that will be on Shaver. That will be his first. Team third. So the Rebels to inbounds far into the court from their bucket, down 15, 39-24. Fort Morgan not with any type of pressure, as they will let the Rebels bring the ball up into the front court to get set into their offense. Now to Rivera on the high left wing. Lindstrom back to Rivera. Rivera drives it down that left side. A little shot put up and in for Rivera. 5 points on the night for Rivera. Gets a ball into the hands of Garver. Brings it up into the front court. His pass, though, is going to be knocked out of bounds by Gonzalez. Almost a turnover. So Tate Kimball the inbounds for the Mustangs, left baseline of their basket with a minute 4 to go, up 13, 39-26. Ball into Gherkin. Man-to-man defense here by the Rebels. Tate Kimball drives it into the right elbow. Now it's going to be to Shaver. His pass is going to be tipped and taken away. Turnover by the Mustangs. The Street takes it away. And now Gonzalez into the front court. 46 seconds to go. Rivera out on the high left wing being guarded by Gherkin. Pulls it out to the high point. Now drives it down the left side. Now there's going to be a foul called on that far side, and that will be on Derek Bain, his second. So the Rebels to inbounds left baseline of their bucket as they get it in to Reese. And now to Gonzalez. He pops for a three, and that's off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Bain. They're going to call Garver for the travel. So the Rebels to inbounds with 28.7 seconds left here in the third period in front of their bench. They get it in to Gonzalez, being guarded by Garver. Now into the corner for Reese. That three is up and good. Tip up and no good. Rebounded by Bain, up and also no good, but he was fouled on the shot. I believe that was Street with his fourth, so that will send Derek Bain to the line to shoot two.
How many threes on the night for?
Yeah, let me count them up here. Let's see what Bain does here with his first free throw, and that is up and good.
They're kind of hot on the threes tonight.
5 threes. They've hit 4 of them here in this third period. Up and no good. Tate Kimball with the rebound. Up and no good. Also on the rebound. Gonzalez comes down with it, drives it all the way down. He's going to kick it out. A three from the right corner at the buzzer, and that is no good. So at the end of 3, the Mustangs up 11, 40-29 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School. Michaela Klimper for us for doing the boards for us back in the studios here in Fort Morgan. Mustangs are up 40-29 as we enter this fourth period. Tate Kimball, Trey McBride, Austin Breidenbach, Nate Gertner, and Trevor Durkin on the floor for the Mustangs. Street, Lindstrom, Metler, Rivera, and Gutka on the floor for the Rebels as they get it in to Breidenbach. Durkin for the three, up and good for Drew Durkin. 43-29 with 7:21 to go, 7:49 to go, excuse me. That's Gherkin's first bucket of the night. Now a foul called underneath, and that will go against McBride. That will be 4 on Trey. Rebels to inbounds. They get it in now. Gutka, Rivera, Metler. Now they're going to call another illegal screen on the Rebels, and that will go against Lindstrom. Will be his second. It's 10 team fouls on the Rebels, 5 on the Mustangs as they get it in to Kimball. Kimball now to Breidenbach. Breidenbach gets it up into the front court, hustles it up here. Off to McBride, up and under is up and good for Trey McBride. And he is fouled. 45-29 with 7:32 to go here in the fourth period. So McBride with a strong move, and he will go to the line to shoot one. So Reese into the game for Street. Street leaves with 4 fouls and 1 point. That free throw up and rolls in for McBride. Now Rivera being guarded by Gherkin. Gets it off to Lindstrom out high. Back to Gutka out at the point being guarded by Gertner. Kicks it off to Rivera on the right wing. Metler being guarded by Kimball as he drives it to the right elbow. Picks it up now to Gutka. He drops back, and his shot is going to be blocked by Nate Gertner, taken away by Kimball. 17-point lead again for the Mustangs. That shot is going to be up and no good, but Kimball was fouled on the shot, and that will go against Reese, his second. So Kimball back to the line where he is perfect, or not perfect. He missed one in that second period, but he has since been 4 of 4 in that third period. And that free throw is up and good. 47-29. Fort Morgan as they are pulling away here in this fourth period. Second free throw also up and good by Kimball. 19-point lead here for the Mustangs with 6:53 to go here in the fourth period. Was an 11-point lead here to start this fourth period. Now the layup, they're going to say the foul was before the shot. But that will put McBride to the line to shoot 2, as they have 10 team fouls. And that foul is going to go on Reese, his 3rd. So McBride to go back to the line to shoot 2. He is 2 of 3 so far from the free throw line. That one is up and hits the front of the rim and no good. 6:40 to go here in the contest. The Mustangs up comfortably here, 18 and now 19. Now a 20-point lead, 49-29 for the Mustangs. Weld Central has yet to score in this 4th period, and that 3 is up and good, though, by Mettler. That's 2 threes for him tonight. Tate Kimball drives it all the way down. His little runner is up and good for Tate Kimball. $19-point lead here for the Mustangs. We're down to 6:10 to go here in this 4th period. Lindstrom out on the right wing, drives it to the right elbow. Now he's going to back it out now to Reese in the right corner. Gets it back out to Mettler. Mettler is going to stop and pop for a deep 3, and that is up and good for Mettler. 3 threes on the night for Mettler. Now he gets the ball up to Gherkin. Gherkin's going to stop and pop for a 3, and that is in and out. Rebounded by Gertner. Now McBride for a 3, and that is up and good for Trey McBride. 19-point lead still for the Mustangs, 54-35, 5:27 to go. Rivera to Gutka, now back to Reese out on the high point, over to Lindstrom on the left wing. 5:17 to go. Get it out to Mettler out at the point, hands it off to Rivera, being guarded by Gherkin. Gutka now on the left wing, has it tipped away but retrieves it. Now they're going to have a forearm call on the Mustangs, and that will be on Gertner, be his 3rd. A full timeout is going to be taken here by Weld Central. So we'll take on with them here with the Mustangs up 54-35 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, 54-35, Mustangs lead here over the Weld Central Rebels. As the Rebels will inbound just in front of their bench. Mettler looks to get it in, gets it in to Rivera. Gets into the front court, being guarded by Garver. Now hands it off to Gutka. Now back out to Reese at the high point. Now Lindstrom for a 3 from the right side. And that is up and good for Lindstrom. 9 points in this 4th quarter, all coming by the way of 3s for the Weld Central Rebels. Up and lob is up and good for McBride.
That was nice.
No stuff on that one, just couldn't quite get there, but got the lob up to him from Gertner, I believe, and that shot is up and good on the bucket, and Rivera will go to the line, and that foul is going to be on Garver. So Rivera with the bucket and the free throw to come. And that free throw is up and off the rim and no good. Rebounded by McBride. He gets it up to Gertner. Gertner now to Kimball. Kimball for a 3 from the left. That is up and good for Tate Kimball. Looks like maybe he's found his range here. 59-40. 19-point lead for the Mustangs with 4 minutes to go here in the contest. Looks like the Mustangs are well on their way to a 12-0 mark here in the league. A foul on Tate Kimball, his 2nd, as Mettler hits the shot and was fouled by Kimball. So Garver comes out. Link into the game for the Mustangs at the 3:56 mark. 59-42 Fort Morgan. Mettler with his free throw is up and good. Get the ball into Gertner. into the front court. Lob to McBride, comes down with it, but hands it off to Austin Breidenbach as he drives to the bucket. He is fouled, and that will be on Reese, his fourth. So Breidenbach to the line to shoot two, where he is 2 of 2 so far tonight from the free throw line. Hit 2 free throws in the second period. That one is up and no good. 3:48 to go. Mustangs up 59-43. And that free throw up and good this time for Austin. Rivera now to Lindstrom over on the high left wing, and that three is up and no good. Rebounded by Nate Gertner. Mustangs hustle it up into the front court, going to be fouled on the shot is Gertner. And that foul will go against Lindstrom, his third. So that will send Nate Gertner back to the line. Actually his first time there tonight. 6 points on the night for Gertner. Free throw is up and good. So Garver, Bain, Shaver into the game for Kimball, Breidenbach, and McBride. Mustangs up 18, 61-43. Next free throw is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Mettler. Gets it up to Lindstrom. Being guarded by Link. Nice job by Link as the shot is up and no good, but a jump ball is going to be called, and that will be possession to the Rebels. Now they will inbounds left baseline of their basket. Mustangs up 18, 61-43, 3:26 to go here in the fourth period. That 5-second call, so they did not get it in, so turnover by the Rebels. Nice defense by the Mustangs to not let the ball get in. Now the ball is going to be tipped by the Rebels, but it hit the back of the backboard, so the Mustangs will inbounds once again. Baseline far in as they look to get the ball in. Now they can't get the ball in. Now it's a turnover by the Mustangs. So nobody could break open there. Back-to-back inbounds mistakes by both teams. Maybe we make it 3 in a row. They get the ball in, though, to Gonzalez. To Gutgat on the high left wing. Dribbles it down. Now he's going to kick it off to Mettler. Mettler's going to stop and pop for a three. In and out. Rebounded and taken away by Shavers. He gets it into the hands of Link. Now to Gertner. Derek Bain with a spin move, and he's going to be called for the travel. Derek Bain, a 6'3 senior. Rivera now touches the ball. 3 minutes to go here, 61-43. And that will be a foul on Grayson Garver. So that will send Mettler to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. .302 to go here in the fourth period. 61-43, Fort Morgan. Free throws off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded in the corner by Shaver. Gets it in the hand of Link. Link on the layup is up and good for Trevor Link. His first bucket of the night makes it a 20-point lead. 63-43 with 2:48 to go. Gonzalez now out at the high left wing. Kicks it off to Rivera. Rivera drives it into the lane. Shot up and no good. Rebounded by Link. His one-handed pass up to Gertner. Gertner drives it down. His layup is up and no good. Rebounded by Rivera as they look to hustle it up into the front court. Now Rivera backs it up, being guarded by Shaver. Underneath to Mettler. Mettler's left-handed layup is up and no good. And now a foul is going to be called on Fort Morgan, I believe, on the rebound. And that will go on Gertner, his fourth. So McBride sitting with 4, Gertner with 4. Bain and Kimball and Grayson Garver each with 2. Breidenbach and Link and Shaver each with 1. So Mettler back to the line to shoot 2, and that first one is up and good. Now Trevor Shurtleff, Michael Lauk, and Luis Garcia into the game for the Mustangs as Gertner, Shaver, and Garver come out. So nice job here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs, and that second free throw is up and also good for Mettler. Get the ball into the hands of Trevor Shurtleff. Off to Garcia. Garcia, the layup, his layup up and no good, rebounded by Michael Lauk. But Rivera had been out of bounds and came right back in and touched the ball, had not established yet. So Fort Morgan to inbound left baseline of their basket, up 18, 63 to 45. And Shurtleff gets it in to Lauk into the left corner. Now off to Shurtleff. Michael Lauk, little jumper is up and no good, but he is fouled on the shot. So that will send Michael Lauk to the line to shoot 2. And that foul was on Lindstrom, his 4th. So Michael Lauk for the free throw, up and good for Lauk. I don't think he's had many opportunities at the free throw line this year. That is his first attempt. Second free throw rolls around and comes off. 19-point lead here for the Mustangs with just under 2 minutes, 64 to 45. Almost taken away. Gutka stops and pops for the 2, but no good. Now Lindstrom stops and pops for the 3, and that does roll in. So Mettler's had a big night tonight. Ball is tipped out of bounds, but retained by the Mustangs. So the Rebels to fight right down to the end. They get the ball into Shurtleff. Now to Luis Garcia. Garcia's layup they're going to call the offensive foul on Garcia. So a minute 34 to go, 64-48. Now each team with 10 team fouls. Gutka with the ball game, be guarded by Garcia. Now they're going to have a travel call on that far side by Lindstrom. Minute 30 to go. 64 to 48, Fort Morgan. Takes a while here to get this.
Last minute and a half to go, huh?
Lots of turnovers, lots of fouls here now as Ishida comes in for Mettler, so maybe he won't be lighting it up anymore. He's had an excellent night, though, for the Rebels. Ball was taken away, but it stepped on the baseline. Was Rivera. So now a minute 24 left here. Fort Morgan to inbounds, far into the court, gets it in to Bain. Gets it up to Garcia, now to Lauk. Lauk's layup is just short, gets his own rebound. Shot is going to be up and also no good. Rebounded by the Rebels, but Luis Garcia with his second foul. And we'll see who they send to the line for the free throws. For the Weld Central Rebels, down to a minute 12, as Lindstrom will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good for Lindstrom. Northeastern, live in your world, learn in ours. For more information about Northeastern or classes available to you, go to www.njc.edu. Second free throw, no good, rebounded by Derek Bain. Gets it into the hands of Shurtleff. A 5'8 junior. Now to Lauk, back out to Bain. Shot is going to be up and good for Link. 4 points on the night for Trevor Link. Gutka for a 3, and that is up and good. 3 threes on the night for Gutka, 66-52. Now a turnover on the far end as Mustangs couldn't get the ball in bounds. 41.1 seconds to go here in the contest as Gutke gets the ball now to Rivera, to Lindstrom. Gonzalez. Now Lindstrom going to stop and pop for a three, and that is up and good.
They're hot on the threes tonight.
And now another turnover, but another takeaway by Link. 66-55. Layup is going to be up and just short. Going to be rebounded by the Rebels. Gutke is going to stop and pop for another three, and that is off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Garcia, but he was grabbed. 14.7 seconds. And that foul will go on Rivera, his fourth. So that will send Luis Garcia to the line to shoot two. I'm not sure. He is 4 of 7 from the free throw line so far this year. 11-point lead now for the Mustangs, 66-55. Free throws off the back of the rim and no good. 6 threes in this fourth period for the Rebels. Second free throw is up and good for Garcia. 1 point on the night for Garcia as we're down now to 10 seconds as Gonzalez to Gutke. Gutke's going to stop and pop for another three. No good. Rebounded by Michael Lau because he get it into the hands of Shirtliff, and that's the way this game will finally come to an end. Mustangs win it by 12, 67-55. We will be back with the postgame show on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Corey Riddle here at the end of the game here. This Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC here can help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. Mustangs come away tonight with the 12-point victory, 67-55. End of one, they were up 12-2 and then 22-10 at half. Had the 40-29 lead at the end of the third quarter, and then their 12-point victory here. They had it up as much as 20 points in that fourth period. But the Weld Central Rebels didn't go away. They kept fighting in there.
They sure did.
And they had that 6 threes in that fourth period. 4 in the third period. So they were hitting it from the three-point line in that second half. So scoring for the Rebels was Gutke with 10, Rivera with 7, Lindstrom with 9, Reese with 5, Metler with 23, and Street with 1. Leading the way for your Fort Morgan Mustangs tonight was McBride with 18, Kimball with 17, Garver with 8, Breidenbach and Gertner each with 7, Link with 4, Durkin with 3, Michael Laut, Luis Garcia, and Derek Bain each with 1 for the Fort Morgan's 67 points. So I think Corey's got some other numbers for us.
For turnovers, both the Mustangs and the Rebels each had 13 for the evening, and rebounds, the Mustangs had 26 and Rebels had 16. So Brian, for player of the game?
Fort Morgan Mustang Player of the Game is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center, with 3 locations to serve you better: Sterling Brush and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Who should we go with here tonight?
I'm thinking Tate Kimball tonight.
We'll go with Tate. His 17 points. He was 6 of 7 from that free throw line. He had missed his first free throw in the second period, and then he hit 6 straight he had 4 straight in the third period, and then 2 in the fourth period, and ended up with 17 points. Had 6 points at halftime, and did end up with the 17 points.
Yeah,
so
he started off not wanting to sink him, but he found his niche that second half.
He finally hit a 3 there in that fourth period, and finally found his range there a little bit. So the Fort Morgan boys come away with the big victory tonight, and They move to 12-0 in the Colorado 7 League Conference, and they will still be in the lead at least by one game over Vista Peak. If Skyview beat Vista Peak tonight at Vista Peak, it would be a 2-game lead, which would be nice, as the Mustangs will go to Vista Peak on Friday night. And we will have that game right here for you at 7 o'clock. On Friday night, we'll have the girls' game first at 5:30, but before that, on Thursday night, we will have the boys, as they will be home here against Englewood. Another game that the boys need to, not look ahead, need to take care of work at first at taking the Englewood Pirates down, and then look after that game to the Vista Peak Bison.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have Englewood boys and Fort Morgan boys here on Thursday night, and then Vista Peak boys and girls at Vista Peak starting at 5:30 on Friday. And that will end out the season. And then Sunday sometime they will come out with the pairings for the state tournament, which will start on the 26th. But we will see more into that as we get closer to the weekend, as the games come to a close. So tonight, Michaela Clipper has been our sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball. For Corey Riddle, I'm Brian Nickel. Once again, our two scores tonight: the girls go down 37-27 to the Lady Rebels. The boys have the big win here, 67-55 over the Weld Central Rebels. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com. Good night, everybody.
Good night.